Hey, it's Thomas DeLauer with SixPackAbs.com and welcome back to Apple Cider Vinegar Challenge Week. As I told you yesterday, I'd be breaking down a lot of the science of apple cider vinegar, and then later this week, I'm giving you my two favorite recipes, a morning recipe and an evening recipe, and then Friday, I'm having some people come on that have never tried my recipes before, and they're gonna try out the apple cider vinegar cocktails that I put together. But in this video, I wanna break down science. I wanna give you some legit peer-reviewed science surrounding the world of apple cider vinegar, particularly something known as acetic acid that is in apple cider vinegar that makes it exceptionally powerful when it comes down to multiple health benefits. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into it, but I do wanna make sure that you're sticking with me this entire week because you're gonna learn a lot about apple cider vinegar. Okay, so first thing I wanna talk about, we have to talk about the metabolism here for a second because apple cider vinegar wouldn't be what it is today if it didn't have an effect on the metabolism. A lot of people have talked about it, even Dr. Oz has talked about this. Now, what apple cider vinegar does is it upregulates fatty acid activity in the body. What that means is it allows fatty acids, which are the broken down parts of fat that you eat, into a usable form. It causes the body to want to use them more. It upregulates the usage of them. So instead of using maybe 50% carbs and 50% fat, the body will start to use more, maybe something in the way of 60 or 70% fat versus carbohydrates. So it works really, really powerfully. Then there's something known as uncoupling protein 2, okay? It allows more of this uncoupling protein 2. Uncoupling protein 2 allows the body temperature to get up a little bit more. So it generates what's called thermogenesis. Thermogenesis is where the body's core body temperature is going up a little bit, allowing us to potentially oxidize more fat. You combine that with the upregulation of fatty acids, you've got yourself a pretty cool little recipe for fat loss. Okay, now let's talk about how it affects carbohydrates. It helps with carb metabolism. It does this a number of different ways. The first thing is it reduces the glycemic response. What that means is it lowers the glycemic load of a food. So let's say, for example, you took white bread, which is a really high glycemic food, spikes your insulin, spikes your blood sugar really high. You take it with some apple cider vinegar and it takes that 99 down to like an 80, okay? Now that's just kind of a guess there, but it generally brings it down 20 or 30 points, which is pretty powerful. It reduces the overall impact of a carb. That's really cool. Okay, then we have the fact that it reduces insulin. Insulin is our absorptive hormone. It's our fat storage hormone. So when we reduce insulin, we're not storing as much in the way of fat. But it also limits glucose transporters. Now, how you limit glucose transporters is basically by restricting the amount of vehicles that can carry carbs through the body from the stomach. When you consume carbohydrates, they get to the stomach and then they hop on glucose transporters and travel around the rest of the body. Good old-fashioned apple cider vinegar reduces the number of glucose transporters, so the carbs don't get anywhere. They just get digested and removed. Okay, then we have all these other health benefits like the reduction of LDL cholesterol. It does this in a really unique way. There's something called chlorogenic acid that is in apple cider vinegar, and it prevents the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. You see, it's not LDL cholesterol in general that's bad, it's oxidized cholesterol that's bad. And this chlorogenic acid stops the oxidation process. So it means that less LDL cholesterol gets oxidized in your bloodstream. Then it reboots your gut health. Okay, powerful antimicrobial benefits there, okay? Helps restore good bacteria, kills off bad pathogens, bad bacteria. Good for just stabilizing your body. Now I have a bonus for you. I wanna talk about some of the ways that apple cider vinegar actually helps with fasting, because you're gonna wanna know this too, because you're probably here because you know about some of my fasting stuff. Okay, it helps with fasting because it helps with mineral absorption. What this means is it allows you to absorb more of the minerals that you have stored in your body, but it also allows you to absorb more of the minerals from the food that you do eat when you are not fasting, allowing you to get through your fast easier. Lowers your fasting blood glucose, meaning you don't have rises and falls in blood sugar and you get to burning fat faster. It also helps you develop ketones faster, which means you're going to develop the utilization of body fat as a source of fuel much faster because of apple cider vinegar. And then most of all, it curbs your appetite. A little bit of apple cider vinegar in the morning helps you out a lot. It's going to make it so you can get through your fasting period without these big rises and falls in blood sugar that cause you to get hungry and then be satiated, then hungry, then satiated. It gets rid of that situation. So clearly, apple cider vinegar is scientifically proven to be a very powerful metabolic machine. It's going to help you do a lot of things. I want to make sure that you stick with me the rest of this week and stick with me tomorrow when I bring you a recipe that's going to blow your hair back utilizing apple cider vinegar and a couple other easy ingredients that you can get at your neighborhood store. So I will see you tomorrow as we continue Apple Cider Vinegar Challenge Week. See you then.